Many blessings, beloveds. I am wisdom. You have entered into the mother's womb, where divine nurturance of a new creation takes form. Only the love of the Most High God resides in this space, and all those whom seek refuge are welcome. I am your intuitive guide with messages straight from Source itself. Though I hope our messages reach and touch every soul, there is a force that creates an energy of resistance. With resistance comes along confusion within oneself. So, with that said, please do use discernment and trust your own intuition as you tap into this message. Also, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Welcome to the womb. Welcome to the womb. Take the time to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. I call on divine peace, love, and safety. I call on the Mother and Father Divine God, may your presence be known. Guide me, use me to share your message. Okay, whew, that felt good. So, as I said, I am wisdom, and I am your intuitive guide. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us, Spirit, Mother and Father, Divine Presence is here. So welcome into our space. I am coming out of my shell, so do be patient with me as I am patient with you. I am being called to dive into this world of teaching, guidance, bringing a space of love, a vibration, pure in heart and in spirit. there's a lot going on in the world, right? And so everyone is having to face themselves. Everyone is being called to face themselves. And it is important that one learns self-discipline, self-awareness, self-love, separate from the ego or the devil. The fruits of the Spirit, that is where you want to reside. That is where God dwells. The speed of life, huh? The speed of life. What are you doing? Where are you going? How are you doing? As you go and do. The interesting part of life. What are we here for? Who are we? Where are we? Why are we? How are we? All these questions. All these questions. Where do those questions come from? What are you seeking? How are you seeking it? The thing called life. Where does life come from? Is it a he? Is it a she? Where does life come from? Where do the challenges of the world come from? The challenges within one's life. Where do those challenges come from? Those obstacles. So many questions. I'd like to think that if only we knew better, right? Then we'd do better. Not just for others, but for ourselves. How do we feel? Because that is what it really truly all boils down to, this thing called life, is when you realize that all you have is yourself. And who are you, though? When you think of that, when you ponder on that, who are you as a being? What is the self? The self is primitive. Especially when it is led by ego, the devil. Now we may have believers and non-believers of God or of the devil. We'll call it energy, negative, positive, light, dark, featherweight, flows like water. What we'll call it? What will we call it? Hmm? Hmm. Energy. How does it work? The forms of it. Hmm. There is heavy energy, and there is blissful energy. What are we living in within ourselves? What are we carrying throughout our day? What is determining how our energy flows, whether good or negative? Hmm. Facing the one in the mirror. It is the challenge that everyone has to go through. And everyone is caught up in creating challenges for one another. and they can't even look themselves within. They can't even look themselves. Look in the mirror. They can't. They can't go within themselves. It's too scary. Why are you scared? What makes you feel that way? Where did it come from? Why are you pushing fear? Why are you holding on to fear or trauma within yourself? And why are you creating it for other people? Why are you casting that out onto other people? Because you feel hurt and traumatized and alone and fearful and scared, arrogant, prideful. You carry yourself in that egoic energy. And you cast that upon your neighbors, your family, your friends. It's time to get out of that space. It's time to do better for yourself. Because at the end, all you have is yourself to face. Truthfully, you and God, or you and the devil. That is the truth. So we create distractions and cast hell because we don't want to face, correct, and or heal what has broken us or broken you. The hidden wisdom of life. The sacred space of God is true and real. The Spirit of God is real. And the entity, the energy, of the devil is real. We can call things by different names. We can sugarcoat the truth, hide the truth, create distractions. try and control other beings that were created to be free, just as the land was created to be free, to live and exist with God but there goes the ego. Running rampant like a bunch of spoiled, badass kids. No respect for themselves or others. And you take that all the way up into your adulthood and make excuses for your childhood trauma or whatever. It gives you an excuse to be of the ego, of the devil, all the way up until your 80s. You don't want to change. You don't want to be different. You don't want to evolve. You want to be stuck instead in the same mind, the same energy. The one that creates diseases and sicknesses and death. Why would you want that? But that is what everyone seems to want. Because no one is truly doing what they're supposed to be doing. Or is that what you're supposed to be doing? You've made the vow to be with and a part of Satan. Whatever name you want to call it. You can call it whatever you like. I understand there are multiple damnations. Multiple religions that believe different things. I have no religion. I am the religion. Separation, that's what that is. Religion. Separation. It's a trap. 'Cause they ain't teaching you nothing. Everybody like, oh yeah, we'll be forgiven. That's not how it works. Sorry. Someone lied to you. You have to do the work. You ain't doing the work? Where are you going? You think you're going to heaven? No. No. So you're going to go to heaven with the same old, ignorant mindset that you have, selfish, toxic mindset that you have now, and somehow die and then go to heaven because you asked for forgiveness, because you repented. Did you repent? Do you live with God on a daily basis? Is God a part of your life? What God is a part of your life? Is it the devil or is it the Most High? Mother and Father, Divine God. Is an illusion the one that creates separation? Based on whole lies and half-truths? It's interesting. I grew up a Christian. I believe in Jesus, whatever you want to call him. That's the ego. That's the religion. That's the separation. Oh, she said Jesus. I believe in whatever you want to call him. He is real. He walked this earth. His message was of love and kindness. The fruits of the Spirit. The fruits of the Spirit. What a blessing. What a blessing. The fruits of the Spirit. To be in the presence of God. Whew. To feel that lightweight, featherweight, energy, presence. Rooted in love, kindness, and joy, and peace, and happiness, and forgiveness, and thankfulness, compassion, empathy, respect. Gentleness. Love abundantly. Thank you. For those who have just entered, I am wisdom. And we're just talking. You have entered into the womb. Welcome. Thank you, Spirit, Mother, Father, Divine God, for your presence, for your love. Isn't that what we all want? Love, to be free, to be at peace, to never worry again. To feel no pain, to feel no hurt or loneliness or sadness. To be happy, to be joyful instead. Walking in all the glory that we were created to be, that you were created to be. You were created to be in the likeness, in the image of God. What is God? Omnipotent, eternal, love, the ultimate, the only, divine, true power, true existence, the real reality, is one of love, is one with God. Sacred, safe, to be healed, and to be proud of your healing. Why not rejoice about the good things going on in your life? Acknowledge the beauty around you as you go throughout your day. And if you're not in that space yet, I hope I can be of guidance to you. But it takes discipline, it takes time. You have to do the work. No one can do it for you. You are your own savior. You have to tap in to the God that you are, the God that you were created to be, the love, the spirit, the eternal part of you, the part of you that dwells with the Lord, Mother and Father God. This place is not, it's a trap. When you can go within and be with that presence, when you can go within and be with that presence, it's freeing. Tap into your goodness and see how that feels. Yeah, I hear it ain't that easy. Why isn't it? Why you can't? It's a mind thing, right? The mind is a tricky thing. It's a tricky little thing. The mind. Tricky. That is where the ego lies, right? Lies to you. Because I'm pretty sure if we all sit down, well, if you sit down and you are told to sit in silence, just you, could you do it? Could you listen to your mind? Or would you need a distraction? Or would you start to have a panic attack? Because everything that is so-called wrong, going on that's wrong, starts to show its face, right? That's how the devil works. That is how the devil manipulates, right? You want to do better with your life. You want to start working on yourself and becoming featherweight, living with spirit, living with God. Excuse me. You gotta face yourself. That's why everybody's so busy, trying to be in control of everything, everyone else, because they ain't even in control of themselves. You try to control other beings and how they live and how they think and how they act, and you're trying to play God when you're not. Who gave you the authority to put a price on anything? Who gave you the authority to put boundaries upon this planet? Who is in control of that? And why? Who gave you the authority? So God gave you the authority to control other people's lives, make decisions for other people, judge other people, gossip about other people, condemn other people. God gave you that authority? Or is that the devil in you pretending to have godly authority to the point where you can put someone to death? Whether that is physically or spiritually, mentally. Who gave you the authority? Oh, so funny. It's interesting. None of this world was never created to be the way that it is, and not one being on this planet, down to the plants, the beings that are greater than you humans, who think you know it all, or you reptilian lizard beings. Yeah, they exist. So do aliens. So do shadow beings. Like I said, the devil exists, whether you want to call it mother or father. There, we'll get deep into that. But as I said, it's interesting. It's interesting, right? People think they have the authority. Mm. The only authority, true authority, is God. Mother, Father, Divine, God. Love, sacred unity. Lord and wisdom. Mm. What a presence to be within or with, right? Because that's what it's about. Love. That's acceptance, to be able to be whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be. Who gave anyone the authority to take that from God's people? To live in a constant state of death. It's interesting because when you look at the world, men have an issue. The man and the ego behind the man, and the women that nurture or accept, obey that kind of devilish energy. Why are we constantly seeing death or war or pain? Why? Majority of it are these egoic men. The men here of the devil. And the women and the women who accompany these men by doing witchery, spell work, trying to manipulate other people's lives. Helping the devil keep up its control. And for what? For nothing. Because where are you going? Where are you going with that? Where are you going? You think you can build a ship and go and take your ass into space and get away from God? When God is omnipotent, omnipresent, it is space. You can't go nowhere. Where are you going? You think you can go underwater with your underwater vessels that still are of no... They can't even compare to the strength and the energy of the water that from which comes from the divine God. So you want to push fear, be selfish, watch homeless people die, or watch people become homeless, push drugs that create drug addicts, push a system that does not help anyone, have a government that has to have a trial or a goddamn hearing constantly with corrupt entities that push fear-based death, separation, hatred, as if the white skinned people had that authority. It's a lot of black people, indigenous people, people of all races, creeds, all forms of creation are in heaven. So where are you going with being racist, pushing death and hatred, taking someone's life or belittling someone because you think you come from God? You don't come from God. God is not with you. God is not near you. God does not know you. God does not love you. God does not live within you if you are racist. Period. So you better check yourself when you want to walk around pushing hate and separation. God is colorful. God isn't dark. And I ain't talking about brown skin. I don't know where the black skin come from. But that's neither here nor there. Dark within your spirit, which you ain't got a spirit if you're dark within you. If you are hateful, pushing hate and fear, you are the devil, and you are the child of the devil. You live with the devil. You eat, sleep, drink with the devil. You go to work with the devil. You go to party with the devil. That's your companion. That's your road dog. That's your God. Right? Don't talk about these churches. These churches. So you in your own congregation, the devil's in the church. The devil's in the church. Right? Clearly, the devil's in the church too. And it has been for centuries. Since the beginning. That's a setup. You are the church. The people are the church. The church is within you. You are the temple of God. God resides within you. So, God knows everything before you do. You were created. You are not the creator. You're not the boss. You're not the boss. So you can do your spell work. You can have your corrupt justice system where there is no real justice when it comes to, especially, we've all seen, even the elites. You had a president that betrayed the United States of America. And we have people who helped him. But they want to be in the poor communities, harassing innocent people. Y'all want to hurry up and put the poor, hurry up and put the God's creation in jail and lock them up. But we're not going to do anything about the elites that actually are doing some crooked, evil, wicked things, right? We're not going to, they can still go on TV singing and shit. Still running for offices and shit. What? Oh, excuse me. It's interesting, you know. Anybody got an issue with the way I speak, the way my demeanor is, who I am? I don't give a damn. Okay? Because God is my truth. It is the first. It is the last. It is the light. It is the dark. The Lord of Lords, the Alpha, the Omega. Sacred wisdom. You want to face that with your ego, wanting to judge me or anyone else? Have at it. Have at it, because we are in judgment time, my friends. We are in judgment time. We are in the times where it's yourself, you and God, or you and the devil. And so distractions come in many forms. When you want to get out of the matrix, out of, you want to break free, when you want to break free from the illusions, the domestication that you've gone through, you're going to be faced with challenges. So understanding that having God in your life is important. It is the number one thing that you want in these times that we are in. You want God in your life. You want to live your life with God. Learn about God. Seek and you shall find. Seek with all your heart. That means go within your heart space. Understand that God lives within you. God feels the hurt, the pain, all of those things. Do you want to heal? You have to face those things. People call it the dark night of the soul. You have to go through the dark night of the soul. You have to face yourself. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive others, and not because they need it. You need it, because you can't carry any energy that is going to keep you from your own peace of mind, your own joy, your own love within you, to walk around and just, you can have 1,000,001 things that are being thrown at you so that you can worry about. But when you get to a place where you can have those 1,000,001 things that you have to do, or that you worry about, but you don't worry about, you're just like, everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out. Nope, I'm not going to worry about it. You start to talk to yourself. People think you're crazy if you talk to yourself, but listen, all you have is you and God. God lives within you, right? You and God, or you and the devil. So who are you in relationship with? Within yourself. Who are you bringing to the world when you go out every day in the world? When you interact with your children, when you interact with your family, when they interact with you. Because you got to realize, I won't get too deep right now, but be careful with the company that you keep. Because just because they're your family or people that you grew up with, that doesn't mean that they have the ability or the desire to be on the path that you're on. If you are on the path of living your life with God and being a part of the new creation, the new heaven and the new earth, the one that is to come. Not everybody's going to make it. Not everybody can go. So if you find yourself alone, know that you are not alone. Everyone has to go through the journey. It is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things that you will ever experience. You're gonna come across people who have hurt you so deeply, and you're gonna have to heal from that. That if that means never speaking to them again, then that's your choice. That's your choice. You don't have to speak with, deal with, be around anybody that you don't want to be around, especially if they are not of any good to you and your journey on healing. You and your journey with God, Spirit, the Holy Spirit. To be at peace. That's a journey. That's a journey that you have to go at alone. And then you will find, once you reach a certain point of conscious awareness of what is really going on around you, you will see things differently, whether that be good or bad. And unfortunately, with waking up to who you are and to what really matters, you're going to have resistance. People that show up with distractions. If you ever think about it, when you have drama in your life, it usually comes from other people. I can honestly say that a lot of my trials and tribulations, a lot of the drama that I experienced in my life have come from other people. I have been a victim to a lot of the devil's tricks. And I've had to overcome and deal with a lot of the devil's minions. You see, they think they tough because they have an ego. Because they're loud and they gossip and I mean, okay. So anyway, the journey. It takes discipline, self-acceptance, self-love, self-forgiveness. You have to work on yourself first. You have to go within, go to God, and really buckle down if that is what you choose to do. But I am here for those who want that in their life. those who want God in their life, a place where mutual minds, like-minded beings can commune and heal. Healing is important. And so it starts with us first. It starts with you. It starts with you. It starts within you. Whether you have to go all the way back to your childhood, you can't sit here and be a victim all the way up until you're in your 80s talking about, oh, I went through this when I was a kid. What? So you bitter and nasty because you was traumatized when you were 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever age. It makes no sense. That is a trap. Don't allow your mind to keep you trapped in darkness, because that is what that is. It's darkness. It's old. It's decades old. How are you still carrying that? Why? Why are you carrying that? Let it go. Let it go. Whatever. Let it go. It's easier said than done. Yes, I get it. But I'm telling you, it is possible to let it go and to heal. And like I said, you don't ever have to deal or be around anyone who has ever hurt you or whatever. But it's important that you let that go, so that God can have room to heal you. Because if you're holding on to what the devil has done, you won't make any room for what God has in store for you. Life is a journey. Life is a part of evolution. Creation was never meant to stay the same. Why would you want to stay the same? Why would you want to stay the same? Shoot, I want to fly one day. Right? I want to fly. I want to be a mermaid. Something. I want to be an avatar. Walking around all big and cool looking. Flying on dragons. I mean, why not? Who told us? Where have these limitations come from? If they have proof that matter is an illusion, if science, the very thing that is against spirituality, if science says that matter is an illusion, how is it that is what everyone puts all their belief in? It's fake. It's an illusion. It's not real. This is not, this, I mean, you are greater. You are magnificent. You are greater. You are way, way, way greater. You are a God. You are magic. You are greater. And if this is all an illusion, then why not think of greater things? Be greater than what you are. Believe in more than what you believe in, especially if it's limited and fear-based. Whew. To fly with the birds. I mean, the Spirit of God. I love being in the presence of God. To be childlike, to have a magnificent imagination, to be able to create and believe in impossible things, believe in miracles, invisible friends. Why not? Kids are free until they're fucking contaminated by the parents or other people who try to contaminate your children with their wicked beliefs and their wicked systems, trying to control. It's interesting. It's time for healing. It's time to get out of the fear base, and it is time to be better for yourself and for those that you love. And if you find yourself by yourself, understand that you are not alone. And you have a soul tribe, you have a soul family, you have kindred, family, real spiritual divine family that exists. There are people that are going through the same thing that you may be going through, a journey alone, not really understanding what's going on, why it's going on, scared to face yourself, don't know where to start. There's a lot of people going through that. There's a lot of people hurting, and it's important to heal you first before you can really help anyone else. You have to start thinking about yourself, and it's that time. It's really that time. Start your journey with God, because the way things are going, it's not going to get any better. The devil is running rampant. And these are people with free will. These are people who choose to live their life with the devil. These are people that have awareness. They know what they're doing. But they choose to tell lies, to trap people. They choose to hurt people. They choose to have control over people. They choose to gossip. They choose to say distasteful things about their friends or family or strangers. It's like, why is it that when you speak, all you speak is negativity? You always got something smart to say. You got an attitude about something. Yeah, I mean, you, and you want to make excuses for those behaviors. Oh, well, this person did that. But so that person has control over you. So you're telling me that that person has control over your behavior. So then what do you even exist for? To be a vessel of negative energy? You don't want to fix that? You don't think that you deserve better than that within yourself? So you're comfortable with being your own victim or pushing victimization. That's nothing but the devil. That has nothing to do with God. So, with that said, you going to continue to be used by the devil? You're not going to put the devil in check? You're not going to check the devil within you before you try to check somebody else? You're not going to take the sliver or the plank out of your own eye before you point out the sliver in your sister or your brother or your neighbor or a stranger? No. You don't want to do that? You got a whole telephone pole in your eye. A whole plank. But you want to point out a splinter, a slither in somebody else's situation as if you had your shit together or you had the right to speak on somebody else's life. You don't know what God has planned for that person. And you don't know who backs that person. Be sure to check yourself first. That's what it's about. Nobody wants to check themselves, but they want to be in control of the world, control of other people. Run around with the devil, doing demonic shit, speaking. Death instead of life. Hmm. what do you do, right? What do you do? What do you do? How do you start? It's interesting. My healing journey, I started really tapping into myself and realizing how creative I am, how unique I am. And when you guys go through your healing journey and you tap into yourself and you tap into your heart space and you heal those wounds, the magic that you can create is endless, boundless. The freedom that you will feel within your spirit to know that you did the work and you deserve your birthright. You deserve to be in the presence of the Lord. To the point where God doesn't have to scold you. You just go. Wake up in heaven and be like, hey, it's time to party. It's time to party. It's time to be free. It's time to be whatever you want to be. Heaven is heaven. It ain't no fucking prissy, stuck up. No. They ain't there. They ain't there. Trust me. I know. Heaven is a place for all. It is a refuge of all, for all kinds of creation. It is a home to many different colors. So, excuse me, guys.